Valentine's is just a few days away now, coming up on Saturday. For some, it can be a lonely time if you don't have anyone to celebrate with. And we are about to change that. At least we hope so. We have Guy Shahar of Tantra Speed dating with us to discuss a fun and different speed dating event that takes place this Saturday at Millcreek Commons. Hey, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Fantastic. Okay, tell us how this whole thing works. Let's start from the beginning.
So the event is called Tantra Speed Date, and it is taking place this weekend. And it is designed to be a different way for people to meet each other, to get people off of the apps, get you to meet people in person, and actually be able, when you meet someone, to get to know them in a very efficient way, get to see what it's like to be in a relationship with them, even if it's just for a 2 to 3 minute facilitated exercise. And one of the reasons that we have an event like Tantra Speed Date where you can slow down and actually connect with someone is because it feels like in the dating world today, there's a real crisis of attention. And it's very hard to get somebody's attention, even on a day like Valentine's when everybody's trying to meet somebody. And so how do we slow down, look at the person in front of us, put down our phones, and actually connect as human beings? And that's what the event is designed to do.
Okay, so at this event, what do you just show up, or how do you make arrangements to be there?
Yes, so you would go on our website on tantraspeeddate.com and you would get a ticket in your city. The event's in over 65 cities, and this weekend happening in Salt Lake City. And then you would get a ticket, you would show up in the room, you would meet other singles, there would be some mingling, and your host would be introducing you to people. And then we begin the actual event. The dating station part of the event, which takes place in 2 circles. So the men will form an outside circle and the women will form an inside circle. Everybody will be facing a partner, and you'll rotate from person to person until everybody rotates all the way through. Now, every time a new person is in front of you, you'll be guided by our dating coach as to how to connect with him in a short 2 to 3 minute exercise. Could be a verbal exercise, maybe a movement, maybe you're doing a funny dance move that you like, but it's a different way of connecting with someone. The facilitator guides it, and then we ring a bell and you move over to the next person and have a completely different 2 to 3 minute experience with them. Okay,
so what do you do if you feel like, oh, I kind of connected with that person? So what's the next step?
So in the event, the women actually make the first move. We wanted to flip it around for this event. So everybody at the event is going to be wearing a pouch. That pouch, the women's pouches will have beads in them. And if they like the person in front of them, or as we say, if you like how you feel about yourself when you're in front of the other person, you take one of your beads and you place it in their pouch, and that constitutes the beginning of a match. So the women get to make the first move into indicating who they would like to hear from more using the beads in the pouches at the event.
So I guess you've probably done these in the past, and what kind of success can you relate to this?
Well, that's a great question. So we have a 94.09% connection rate. That means that 94.09% of singles will meet at least one person that they match with at the event. Those are some of the photos from the success stories that we've had over the years of people who say that, you know, when you meet in this way where you can actually place your attention on each other, then it really sets into place a foundation for a healthy relationship, and it makes it so much easier to build on top of that.
How many people are, I guess, can you accommodate at this event? I guess it can't be too big.
Right. So it is an in-person event, and it's limited by the venues. The venues are of different sizes, but we tend to max out at around 30 to 35 people. So when you show up, you're going to meet roughly 10 to 15 people of the opposite gender and have these experiences with them and be guided as to how to connect with each other in a more mindful way, more conscious way.
Okay, so how do you sign up, and how are people selected?
So it's anybody who buys a ticket can show up. If you see it and it calls to you and you say, hey, I'd like to come and be a part of this event, you would go to tantraspeeddate.com. Choose your city from the list of cities. So in this case, it would be Salt Lake City, and get a ticket to the event while the tickets last. And then we'll see you on Saturday.
Okay, so just as simple as that, huh?
That's it. It's really very simple. You know, dating can be such a stressful experience.
Oh, yeah.
And we've found that when we get people together in a room and kind of give them a little bit of instruction and a little bit of support and create this culture of consent and safety with each other, so everybody can relax a little bit, maybe open their hearts a little bit, maybe add a little bit of an element of trust that feels so missing out there in the world, that people's hearts, when they open, can be very kind to each other, which is such an antidote to what so many of us experience on the apps and in the world out there.
So, some great information there, and I know some people will want to take advantage of that. So, Guy, we appreciate your time, and good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll